Lads, Tom Aspinall is being held in purgatory right now, and there is literally fuck all he can do about it. So within the last 2 weeks, Tom has been absolutely berating Jon Jones on Twitter, pretty much e-begging for them to have a fight. And to be honest, I don't really blame him. The poor guy's literally done everything like correct, you know. He took the fight against one of the most scary motherfuckers in the heavyweight division, arguably one of the hardest hitting as well, on like what, 2 weeks notice. And Jon Jones and Dana White are just having none of it, bro. I mean, say what you want, but you know, Tom Aspinall's keen to stay active and be active, and he's the rightful champion. And Jon Jones is just picking out old men from retirement villages who literally haven't fought since the first iPhone came out. It's kind of absurd and a bit disrespectful to Tom Aspinall, to be honest. And it kind of ruins the integrity of the UFC, because if it was any other champion or any other, you know, they'd just be told to get fucked. And just because it's Jon Jones and the UFC needs to have the best fighter in the world, it's just, they're just holding up the whole heavyweight division, and it's just ridiculous. Now, I'll play devil's advocate so I don't get absolutely shafted in the comments, and say that I understand that Jon Jones doesn't need to take this fight against such a young and hungry guy like Tom Aspinall. You know, he's already arguably, if not one of the greatest combat sport athletes of all time. And realistically, he probably should have just went out on top against Cyril Gane. But I also understand that Jon Jones doesn't want to risk his legacy, which I also agree. You know, why would he want to? You know, he's reigned over the light heavyweight division for so long. Came back, smoked Cyril Gane. You know, had about 15 title defenses against his wife. But realistically, I understand why he wouldn't want to tarnish his legacy, because if he loses to Tom Aspinall, you know, it's all fucked. It's all not all for nothing, but you know, it all just goes down the shitter a little bit because that record isn't intact. But the guy's literally holding up the whole fucking division just so we can knock out or submit Stipe and then retire before Dana can even put the belt around his waist, bro. Like, we all know it's coming, so why is Dana White letting this slide? Like, no offense, who's actually excited to even see this matchup? Because the general consensus is that no one really is, you know what I mean? Like, holy shit. I know I'm going to get called a casual for saying, oh, you don't want to see a Jon Jones fight? Well, I would, but not against Stipe fucking Miocic, bro. No fucking way. I just don't need and I don't want to see it. And deep down, if you better call me a casual in the comment section, I know that you really don't really care about this fight either, unless you're a massive Jon Jones stan. And come on, let's let Tom Aspinall start his heavyweight reign. Heavyweight reign. And let bro cook, because I reckon he has a good shot of being one of the best heavyweights of all time. But Jon Jones is literally cock blocking him right now. I'm going to touch upon this super quickly. I don't think it deserves its own video. George Masvidal is apparently going to come out of retirement and fight Nate Diaz in a boxing match, according to, I think it was Ariel Helwani. I don't really have much to say about this. I think George Masvidal should have stayed retired, to be honest. I don't think many people are really going to buy into this fight. I don't see why they would. Like, we've already seen it play out once, and Nate Diaz got absolutely fucking wrecked. So, I know it was a doctor stoppage, whatever, but realistically, I feel like Nate Diaz should not take any more damage. He shouldn't be on UFC 300. I'm so glad he's not fighting Dustin Poirier, because I'm so happy to see that Dustin Poirier is fighting contenders and not holding up his rank in the lightweight division. I know everyone's been saying that, but I think everyone has the same general consensus that, you know, no one wanted to see that fight. Jorge Masvidal should stay retired. He looked like a fat old man on the scales before he fought Gilbert Burns and then got absolutely demolished. I think he should stay retired. You know, I reckon he surely has made enough money, because he at one point was the biggest star in the UFC after he absolutely sent Ben Askren into the shadow realm. But I didn't want to make a whole video about this because it'd be about 30 seconds long. Apparently, it might be on Masvidal's boxing promotion, which is cool. You know, it's cool that he's got like I'll call it a side hustle, but it's cool that he's got something going and making revenue outside of fighting, so he doesn't need to fight anymore. Because he's been fighting his whole life pretty much, since he fucking punching people in backyards and stuff like that. But regardless, lads, free my boy Tom Aspinall. I seen that on a video somewhere. That wasn't original. But free him. It's right. Free my boy. He doesn't deserve this. He did everything right, and I know his resume isn't great, but he still deserves to be undisputed champion. Thank you so much for watching, boys or girls, if you're a female, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't call me a casual. I'm just spitting facts. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, boys and girls.